Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we're checking out some Nic Salt E-Liquid sent over by Vape Society Supplies. And today's liquid, coming from Yogi, we actually did the high VG low milligram version of these liquids, I think a week or two ago. So today we're going to check out the Nic Salt version, which is more for your pod systems, your AIOs, and people just looking for Nic Salt. Today we're going to check out the Yogi Delights Ice line. So once again, Nic Salt version, high VG, and we've done both at this point. So yeah, what we have here, 30 ml bottles, come in a 50-50 VG-PG ratio, so it's a thinner liquid, more designed for your pod systems, available in a 35 milligram and 50 milligram, and I believe there's 8 different flavors in this ice lineup. And we will be using the ever so awesome Vaporesso Lux XR Max 2. This thing is a pod system, AIO, sub-ohm device. It pretty much does it all. We're using high resistance pods, so we're only going to be vaping this at around 14 to 18 watts, depending on the pod we're using. I pre-filled them all, ready to go, and the first one we're going to do is called White Grape. Now, being the ice line, these are a icy, but it's more of a menthol kind of ice to their liquids. It's not like an ice, like a disposable vape. These have more of a cooling menthol, in my opinion. At least that's what I remember when we did the high VG review or video on these liquids. Sorry about the voice, a little sick, a little under the weather, but we're still going strong. So here we go, White Grape, which is a white grape and icy menthol. We're gonna drop this in. We're gonna do this one at 16 watts. We're still gonna do restricted direct lung. Obviously, being a high milligram Nic Salt, you could do mouth to lung, restricted direct lung, but we're going to stick RDL. And yeah, wish me luck. White Grape, here we go. Super delicious, nice and like, almost tastes like a grape kind of wine. Maybe I'm just not used to a white grape, but it tastes like a grape wine, and then it has a nice kind of icy, chilling menthol on the exhale. Once again, very different from a disposable vape that has that iciness. This comes across more as a menthol, but the white grape, I don't think I've ever had white grape before, but it tastes like a grape wine of some sort. Really tasty, a lot of grape, nice and sweet, and also very tart at the same time. But that menthol actually makes it really, really sparkle. Very delicious, great throat hit on this, and it just goes down nice and smooth. The next one up we're going to do is watermelon, and once again, these are all ice, so you can call it watermelon ice, you can call it watermelon, but it's going to be watermelon with an icy menthol on the exhale. And this particular one, oh, we're at 24 watts. A little high for a 50 milligram, but hopefully it doesn't knock me out. I just grabbed the pods that I had available, and I think one was like a 0.8, one was a 1.0, one was a 1.2. So I think this one might be the 0.8, which is why it's a little bit higher on the wattage. But here we go with some watermelon ice. Oh, that one right there so far, my favorite. You get the watermelon, the menthol, the iciness isn't as intense as the white grape, but this actually tastes exactly spot on, 1-to-1, like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. You know how the Jolly Rancher has that sweetness when you first start eating it, and then that sourness kicks in? This actually has that sourness. It tastes exactly like the watermelon profile tastes exactly like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. Obviously, they couldn't call it Jolly Rancher, but this is probably as spot on as you can get to a watermelon Jolly Rancher, but you're going to have a little bit of that menthol coolness on the exhale, which I think is actually quite good and helps improve the throat hit. This is amazing. That's a Jolly Rancher. If I melted down a Jolly Rancher and put it inside a tank, that's what it would taste like. Well, obviously it wouldn't, because I wouldn't recommend to do that, but that is spot on. And the last one up is strawberry or strawberry ice, however you want to Now, flavor-wise, banana is my number 1. Strawberry, my number 2. Custard being my number 3. The watermelon was super impressive. The white grape was good, very good, but the watermelon, I think, is probably my favorite. I'm curious to see what the strawberry is going to be like. Now, this, I think, is the 0.8 pod, because we're at 30 watts on a 50 milligram liquid. That's pretty intense. I think, yeah, the resistance is way too tiny for me to read on here, but I'm assuming this is the 0.8 just because the wattage is so high. But, yep, wish me luck. Here we go. Strawberry or strawberry ice. Sweet, tangy. I don't want to say sour, but very tangy. Tastes more like a sweet, natural strawberry, in my opinion. Doesn't taste like a candy strawberry, and actually reminds me of those, even though they are candy, those little hard strawberry candies that had the strawberry-looking wrapper on them. Really old school candy. If you remember the butterscotch candies, they had a strawberry one like that. That's what that strawberry flavor tastes like on here. So even though it's a candy, it still reminds me of a natural tasting strawberry. This one, extremely good. And what would be even better is if you mixed the strawberry and the watermelon together in a pod. That would make for an awesome watermelon strawberry. But this one, definitely going to be number 2. Very flavorful. And the menthol on this one is nice and smooth. Even at 30 watts, it's not too intense. So, in my opinion, the most throat hit I was getting was from the white grape, just because it had more menthol. But the strawberry and also the watermelon are a lot more milder when it comes to that menthol kick, but very super flavorful, no doubt. That's pretty much going to be it, guys, for the Yogi Delights Ice line. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys build safe, and as always, vape on.